Hi everybody, I'm Spike Brave, and today I'd like to take a look at the Conquest game mode in Mechwarrior Online. I recently received a request to do tutorials for the Community Warfare game mode and had realized that I had not done any for the other game modes that are available. So in this series of videos, I am just fixing that mistake so you can see the other game modes that are available in the solo queue. Today I'll be looking at the Conquest game mode, and what that is a resource-based game mode. There are several nodes, 5 to be exact, in each map, that when you capture them, they add points to a resource pool. When you reach 750 points, you win the match. There are two other ways to win the match. You can eliminate your opposition, or at the end of the 15-minute match timer, if you have the most resources, you will also win the match. I have to say that about 9 times out of 10, when you actually play a conquest match, you win by eliminating your opposition. I did play until I found a match in which we won by getting the resources so you could see that particular victory, as that is the primary objective of that mode. So what we'll do now is we'll go over to a video and we'll talk about the game mode and what I was doing to help my team win that game mode. So let's move over to that video. Alrighty, here's our conquest match. We're out on Tourmaline Desert. And I'm in my trusty commando. I do have a capture accelerator in this map. I do think it's pretty important when you're in a fast light to get out there and capture those points. So I start out this match by running off and capturing a point. This match isn't horribly exciting as far as the fighting goes. I do focus mainly on, well, pretty much only on capturing points. There's a lot of different ways to play any game. My goal when I'm playing is to win the match. I don't care how many kills, how many assists, how much damage I do, as long as I can do something that helps my team win. And I'm very helpful in helping my team win this match. I just don't do any damage. So first thing I do is I hook out to this capture point. What I'm going to do is wait and see if anything comes at me. And if nothing does, I will stay in capture. Now this is the resource point, and once you get inside those green lines, they'll turn red, and you'll start to capture the point. You can see those bars across the top. It starts flashing blue. That means I'm capping it. And there we go. You can see that the blue line's now starting to fill. Once this turns your color, you start accumulating points for it. It doesn't matter how far it's filled in, it just makes it harder for the enemy to recapture the base the more you fill it in. Now I see my team is working on Gamma, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around all the way to the back of the map and get another capture point. We're kind of chatting a little bit about some BattleTech lore. If you're curious about the Cattle Master, that is an actual battle mech in Mechwarrior Online. Actually, it's not a battle mech; it's a agrimech, I believe is what they term it. It is used to herd very, very large cattle on some planet, and it is called the Cattle Master. It's got a big, giant cattle prod, and they use it to deal with really, really big animals on some planets. So that's a thing. If you'd like to look it up, there's actually pictures of it online. So what I do here is we go over to the capture point in the way back here. I'm seeing how my team's doing. You'll see that frequently throughout the video where I'll hit tab to see who's alive, and it's mainly who's alive. You can see the points pretty well, but it does show you the points on that screen when you hit the tab key as well. So what I do is I come around and I look out this way because I figure if they're going to come at me, they're going to come at me from this direction. And then I make sure to target stuff to I like to have something targeted in case someone needs that targeting assist. I'm probably too far away for that to be real helpful, but it's just a good habit to have that you always keep something targeted when it's available. Something that's kind of important to know about the Conquest game mode is you can see that those lines are red because I'm standing in it. So keep an eye out for that. If you're running by one of these and it's red, that means you got an enemy in it. Another thing to be aware of with the capture points is if an enemy mech were to come up to me right now and stand in it, the capture would stop. So if you have two opposing mechs inside the capture just stops where it is. So that can be a good way to win a conquest match. If you're just about to win on points and you've got one capture point left, just stand in it, because even if someone comes over, if you can stay alive running around using that drill for cover, you may be able to get those last few points you need to win. At this point, I see that the match is still pretty even, and they're starting to push on Gamma some. So what I do is I swing out to the side again to get the other capture point. I'm coming around the back here because I don't know where the enemy is, so I'm trying to stay in cover as much as possible. I do have ECM on this mech, I just don't want to be seen. Just because I have ECM, what it does, it doesn't make me invisible. It just hides me from their detection system, so they won't get that little red triangle. But you can still see me running across there. And then I get up to this capture point, and I hide around the back side of it, and I tuck in real tight. Now I do this for a couple reasons. This particular capture point is pretty exposed, so I don't know if they're going to come at me from the side, the front, the back. I kind of figure they won't come up from the D4 area, so I tuck in real tight. That way, I have good cover from any incoming fire, and also if someone sets off an artillery strike, the drill there should protect me from the strike pretty well because it's got a little bit of an overhang. So even if there is an artillery strike, I might take a little bit of splash damage, but it won't kill me. And I haven't taken any damage yet, so I'm pretty sure I can survive an artillery strike. Just looking at the match there, see how we're doing. We've got all the bases at this point, and what I do here is I just run off into the corner. I don't want to throw away what I've done for building our lead on points by running over there and getting killed, and then let's say the match starts suddenly goes south from there, because that can happen where the enemy team all of a sudden does a really big push and everybody just goes down. So I'm going to try to stay alive by running off to the side here. I'm pretty sure that no matter what they do at this point, they can't kill me. And I do apologize to my team. I have not shot at a mech. I've done no damage. I've taken no damage. Um, I decided to concentrate on getting these capture points to aid my team. So I did want them to know that I wasn't just standing there in the corner. I was actually doing something. It's a pretty fair question for your teammates to ask you. You didn't do any damage. What were you doing? Well, I was capping. So what I do here is I'm pretty sure that they can't do anything about us. I don't think they're nearby, but I see a friendly mech, so I go over to him. That way, just in case they charge us, there's two targets to deal with, so maybe they can't kill us both. But at this point, it looks like we're going to win the match, and we do. So this has been a look at a Conquest game in which we win by getting all the points. Not horribly exciting, but as I said at the beginning, I like the win stat is the important stat to me. So I made sure that we won. As always, I hope you liked this video. Have great luck on the battlefield. And if you like what you're seeing on my channel, please subscribe. And if there's something specific you'd like to see, just leave me a note and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thanks a lot.